some random gameplay. Forza Horizon 5 on Series X in quality mode. So it is 30 FPS. I normally play this bastard on Ultra 60 FPS on my PC with the steering wheel, and I am proud to announce that I'm more or less equally enjoying the game just as much on console. I like to preserve my computer as much as I can to do the recording, to do the streaming, and not really be doing all the heavy lifting, playing games and stuff like that unless absolutely necessary. American Truck Simulator, I can't do that shit with a controller. Fuck that. Not happening. World of Warcraft, it's got to be on a computer. Certain real-time strategy games is going to be the same thing. When it comes to the likes of this game, I'm finding that I can find pleasure in it. Even at 30 FPS, I'm not finding this to be jarring at all. I'm not saying you don't feel it. I'm not saying 60 FPS ain't smoother. But this shit is so good. Holy fuck, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I thought it was going to be, oh, it's going to be 60 FPS. Yeah, no. The quality mode does look a little bit noticeably better. And to me, I want that. So I did it. I'm playing with the controller, turned down the sensitivity, so I could still get some smooth corners there, and with the rumble feedback and all that, it's just, it's a great experience. There's really nothing else for me to say. I still have the game on my PC. I'll still play it. I still might record some footage here and there. But for the example of Microsoft Flight Simulator, State of Decay 2, yeah, those games are gone. Fuck the Xbox Store or Steam. If I could play that bastard on here, I'm fucking do it. It'll save room on my PC for times where it's absolutely necessary. 360 kilometers an hour. It just feels so good. I'm so excited. So my big thing in life is simplicity. It's not always what's the best, what's the fastest, the shiniest looking. It's what's the simplest. And although people will say PC is the master race, because you can do so much more. Yeah, it can also give you a lot more, including headaches and all that. I'm not even going to get into the issues I've had since the 80s playing computer games, okay, versus console. I'm very grateful right now that I'm in a position where I have the best of all worlds. PC gaming, got it. Switch OLED, got it. PS5, Xbox Series X, bring it on, bitch, I got it all. That's about all I got, but so I get to enjoy all the nuances of all the systems and the pros that come along with them. My preferred console is the PlayStation. However, in terms of the form factor, the Game Pass, the customer service, the battery life of the controller, if we want to talk about that, then I prefer Xbox. I can call a spade and not something else that it isn't. Give credit where it's due. And Xbox have always had those one-off games that I can't live without. Atlas, Ark Survival Evolved when it came out. It was out on Xbox 2 years before it showed up on PlayStation. That's a long time to wait. Forza Horizon. Yeah, good luck with that. I'd rather play this than fucking Death Stranding. Not saying it's not a good game. Calm down. State of Decay, I've already said that. Microsoft Flight Simulator, even though I still have it on Game Pass and haven't officially bought the game. These are some of the games that I cannot live without. And even though there's only about half a dozen games and a couple of backwards compatible games such as Skate 3 with 4K textures, 60 FPS. And that's not an exclusive title, but try playing Skate 3 on a PlayStation. Good luck with that. You can't even play it on a PS4 or a PS5. And anybody that tells you that you can is full of shit. Because you cannot do it. So those are the reasons why I have an Xbox. It's not because I need to show off for the 5 people that are going to watch me. It's because that's how much those couple games mean to me. And then in the future, when Arc 2 comes out, that's going to be a timed console launch exclusive. It's going to be the same thing with Stalker 2. That might always remain to be an Xbox exclusive. I have no idea. I just know that I need that shit in my life, and it's coming out in December, I believe. The Stalker 3, 2, 4, whatever. The new Stalker game. You know what I'm talking about. That's coming out. That's exciting. I can't wait for that. Bethesda are going to have a few other tricks up their sleeves, or a few other games. Oh, I thought that was a ghost car for a second. I'm distracted from all the talking I'm doing. So now I'm not limited to nothing. That's the beautiful thing. And then you'll have these oddball games like Monster Hunter Rise is the epitome of an example of a game that is on Switch, was exclusive to Switch, which I couldn't get away from it because it's such an amazing game. And then it came out to PC on Steam. I was like, oh my god. But if that shit showed up on PS5 or Xbox, I would be all over that shit. Like, I mean, big time all over that shit. So that's pretty much it for the first, look at this game. I have not finished the game, naturally. But I mean, I have done a lot, and I haven't. Zip it, Charlie. I'm recording.
I really hope we see a sandstorm.
Hot Wheels. Oh yeah, I've got the expansion pass. I hate Hot Wheels, though. I think they did that in Forza Horizon 4, didn't they? I mean, we've got the seasons, and that's cool. I haven't played this game in so long. And actually paid attention to it, that I actually forget some of the mechanics of the game. I really do like the map of... Oh, that's what it was. Forza Horizon 3 I really liked, and 2 in the first one, but they evolved and got way better. I didn't like 4 as much. 4 was the one that had the forced season changes, I think. I just didn't like the area. It didn't grow on me. This one here is very, very nice. But again, being nice is subjective. Who says it's nice? Right? Who says that? Exactly. You could think it's shit. Anyways, I'm not going to do any racing here, and I never said I was going to. I just wanted to show off the game, and I chose this car because it handles really well. One of the best cars in the game, in my humble opinion. It just handles well. It's all-wheel drive, 60-40 split. I believe it brakes nice. I believe it's an electric car. Not that I give a shit about the environment in a virtual world, but it's a quieter engine. So when I'm driving and talking, it's not like me driving a 60s GTO or a Mustang or some shit. You know what? Speaking of which, let's do it. Let's change another car. Go to home. No. Where's the change car? I got 196 owned. Let's go to a bit of a louder car just for a couple of moments. A car that a lot of people I know have owned, not the new one. Let's go with a classic. Like your 80s, early 90s Mustang. That generation, that look, I love a lot. See what I mean? That's a lot more ear piercing. Like a lot more. But it's got that goddamn roll cage in it, which I don't like. I'm kind of weird like that. Because it takes up a little bit of your view, and I know that it helps. Wow. I'm all over the place. You'd think I was drunk. That rear-wheel drive bullshit. Don't even get me started on that. The pros and cons of front-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive. Most people will tell you the rear wheel is the quote-unquote best. And if you know what you're doing and you're not a nubhead, you won't fishtail. But if you're all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive like a Honda Civic, I'm sorry. You can't argue that it's easier. Has better handling. It all depends on what you're doing, right? I don't remember all the specifics. Alright, this is fucking up my experience here. We are going to go to customize the car. We're going to go to the nearest festival. We're going to get rid of that roll cage. That's what we're going to do. Alright, upgrades and tuning. We're going to go to custom upgrade. We're going to go to... Is it conversion? No. Is it drivetrain? Shows you how much I know about cars. It's somewhere. There we go. I don't want that shit in my car. I don't care how much better it makes it. IB6, UB9. Figure that one out. Now I don't have... Oh, there you go. There you go. I lose 1 point in my performance class, and I actually lose a little bit of weight. Same peak power. I went from 1.7 Gs to somehow red 1.7 Gs. It's probably because it's like 1.71 versus like 1.78. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably how the game is looking at it. So it's like down arrow, it's the same number, but decimals matter. There we go. That looks a lot better. Oh no, to get rid of that music. I don't need to I don't need to get canceled. I seriously don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it's not out yet. Hot Wheels. Okay. What's the other expansion that came out? I feel like there was another one that came out, and I don't even remember if I played it. Because that's how much I pay attention to this shit. I'll have to look it up after. I don't want to waste your time more than I already have. I'm just going to race. Or, I mean, not race, drive. There's a huge difference. I swear to God, if my channel gets hit with a copyright strike, even though I did turn off the music, if I keep talking, it'll drown out the music and maybe not trigger the algorithm. When you're near a festival, it doesn't matter. You don't have a choice. You are going to hear the music. Whoa. There are some cars I handle better than other, even if they're rear-wheel drive, like the Buick Regal, Grand National. That I can handle pretty good. But I would like to get this car somehow, someday. Like a nice used one with the body in good condition. It doesn't have to be souped up. It can be stock. I don't plan on having the police pull me over constantly. I mean, you can get a nice, used Mustang. Like, that doesn't have to be the Cobra. Honestly, I don't give a shit about that. I had a couple people I knew that had their Mustangs really nice. But it was the 6-cylinder or the 4-cylinder. And some people will be like, oh, wow, sacrilege. Well, maybe. It's still a Mustang. It doesn't end up performing for a race. But if you're cruising around and you want better fuel economy, you really, really want to drive a lot and get the best miles per gallon, you want to put some money into a sound system, tint the windows because it makes the car go faster because of the aerodynamics and the way the light reflects off the windows. Who cares? There's some, like, early 2000 3.8 liter, I think, big 6-cylinder Mustangs. And they're peppy, right? I mean, 150 is 150 on the highway. Whether it took you 10 seconds or 20 seconds to get there, figure of speech, did you get there? I don't like the quarter-mile bullshit anyways. I like speed. I like fuel consumption. I don't care about 0 to 60 and quarter-mile bullshit, and I've never been into it. And I have partaken in it. And yes, I did okay. I did pretty good. So it's not because I'm salty because I wasn't able to ever be in a financial position to partake in that shit. I have been many times. It's just not my cup of tea. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I do like the sound of the V8. That, I gotta say, is pretty awesome. Is pretty awesome. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I didn't want to make this video too long, too dragged out. It was more just to kind of give you a little bit of a first look, because, you know, you couldn't have seen this anywhere else, as to what I thought of it after playing the PC version extensively. How do I go from ultra 60 FPS with an actual steering wheel to medium to high graphic settings, maybe? And 30 FPS on quality mode again with a controller. I'm doing just fine. Sometimes I'm too lazy to pull out my wheel, mount it on the table, and play a game on my computer, and every time there's an update, optimizing your graphical settings. This may take a moment. It's like, oh, for the love of God and all that is holy. Same thing happens with Call of Duty on PC. Always verifying the cache or some bullshit. I never get that on console. I don't. So those are some of the things that I appreciate more about console. It's not better, but it is better suited for what I look for in a system. I'm still very grateful that I have a capable computer, and I'm very grateful to have found an Xbox, that I was able to finance through Best Buy. Don't have to make a payment for a year. I walked in, I walked out. I did not need to pull out a single penny. And all I'm paying is 50 bucks Canadian, so like $37 interest for the year. So it's amazing. To me, it was a good deal that way. And maybe I should get out of the bush because I'm kind of looking a little creepy there. Actually, from a distance there, I almost look like Elon Musk. I don't remember having hair. What the fuck is going on there? Anyhow, if you liked the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me just a little wee bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. You didn't like the video again, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And I'll bend it in half and break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you know the drill. Obviously, I would be very grateful. But I totally get it if you don't want to. And, yeah. And if you don't, hey, that's cool. That's fine. It's not like I'm going to know. Thanks for stopping by anyways, though. Take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.